Evloev, though, he looked good. I thought, there's things that he needs to work on. Obviously, he needs to work on his stand-up. Because if he can't get Taporia down, if he ever does fight him, he's in a fucking world of hurt. Aljamain Sterling, though, to me, I think he's going to make a good run now all the way to the title. Evloev versus Sterling. John, this was a fantastic fight. When I use that little analogy of two ferrets getting after it on the ground, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This was a fantastic fight.
It was absolutely the best fight of the night. Let's be honest. If I'm going to look and say what fight was the one that I enjoyed the most, I thought that Aljamain Sterling and Evloev went out and put on just a grappling demonstration at times. They landed good shots in the stand-up. They went back to I'll tell you what, both of them have very flexible shoulders because some of those wizards they were going after and I'm like, ooh, that's going to hurt. Man, they were just the flow of how they were going after it. I enjoyed every bit of it. I thought, I did think that Evloev won the fight, but I thought Aljamain was so close and put on a performance that tells me, man, he's right there in the 145-pound weight division, man. He is he's performing well. I thought he actually performed better in the stand-up than I thought he would as far as I give him credit. He looked good there. He was aggressive. I mean, the difference between this fight and his fight with Cater is night and day as far as, the chances he took, things that he went after, some of the shots that he took that hurt. And he came right back and stuff. Aljamain Sterling looked absolutely phenomenal in that fight. I thought, he lost it if you're going to go by rounds. I had it 29-28, but man, just a great featherweight matchup.
I was on the fence whether he lost or not. I was leaning more towards Sterling only because he won 3.5 minutes of the third round and he lost the last minute and 30. But he lost the last minute and 30 a little bit more than he won the first 3.5. But just the time frame of but look, it goes back into the judges. What's the last thing they saw? What's the thing that stuck out the most in their mind? That you lost the last minute and 30 of the fight. It wasn't like of the second round or the first round. You lost the last minute 30 of the fight. Like if you take by Japan rules, like when you're in Japan fighting, they judge the fight in its entirety, but they also judge it. The second part
who's going after trying to finish.
Who's going after the finishes and who's finishing the strongest at the end of the fight. That's how they're judging it. And so, look, I thought Aljo did a lot of great things. And I was like, if Aljo would have won, I wouldn't have batted an eye. I'd been like, okay, cool. I was leaning towards him anyways winning. It's funny because I'm going to wrap all this up at the end of it all when we're done talking about the card, about some stuff. But it's just funny because Evloev, though, he looked good. I thought, there's things that he needs to work on. Obviously, he needs to work on his stand-up. Because if he can't get Taporia down, if he ever does fight him, he's in a fucking world of hurt. He's in a world of hurt, and the wrestling, the scrambling, and all those things, man. I mean, Aljo looks I think Aljo with I know obviously this is a shitty loss. It sucks to have this type of loss. You're losing to a guy who's undefeated, who's going to probably fight for the title. Not next, but maybe one more after that. He's right there. He's on the right path to fight for the title. Aljamain Sterling, though, to me, he's going to have to find this is like a bump in the road at 145. I think he's going to make a good run now all the way to the title. After this fight, I think he is so much. I feel like his chin's better at 145. I feel like he looks more relaxed at 145. I feel like he sees all the punches coming at 145. They're not as fast at 145 as they are. I mean, there's some of them are, but they're not as fast as like Sugar and some of those guys at 135. I think it was a good move for him. Now that he's filled out, and I saw him next to Evloev, I was like, wow, you got both of them bigger than him, and Evloev looks like fucking Greek god.
God, I tell you, man. I was like, I'm looking at Evloev and I'm like, Jesus Christ, did you ever eat anything bad?
Yeah, send me that. I was like, bro, let me send you a fucking.
Sterling was the same thing, man. Sterling looked fantastic. So
I'm almost sending Evloev. I'm like, hey, here's some French fries, bitch. Eat this before.
I just want to send him a bunch of canola oil.
Great fight though. I would agree with you, John. Now that I think about it, best fight of the night.
Yeah.
best fight of the night in terms
I
of
thought so.
strategy and strategic planning and this and that. I thought it was a great fight. Look, but this is the thing though. I pay for pay-per-views, and if I'm the UFC, if I pay for pay-per-views, I want to see the best quality fights. Now, maybe that's just me because I'm a former fighter. I want to see the technique. I want to see the fight IQ. I want to see the game planning. I want to see what the cornering is in between. I want to hear all this stuff and see all this. No, I don't want to see people jump and guard on the pay-per-view. I don't want to see. Yeah, I don't want to see people jump and guard. And to be honest, Choi and Landwehr, I like them both as fighters. But it's not pay-per-view level. So when I'm spending $80, those two fights are not pay-per-view level. But I did get the Dominic Reyes and the Smith. I get it. I got them for free. But let's just say like, hey, I just going to show up to a friend's house to watch them, and I'm going to miss those two now because I got to get over to my friend's house, and it's a 15-minute drive, and I couldn't watch those fights. Now I got to go on ESPN and watch them later. I'll just kind of, now I've already heard the results and I've lost it, and maybe it was a good fight, maybe it wasn't. These two fights deserve to be on the main card, especially after watching the first two fights that were on pay-per-view. I felt like Dominic Reyes, Anthony Smith, both have earned their stripes, deserve to be on there. And Sterling and Evloev kind of proved that they had the best technique and the best shit tonight. They deserve to be on the main card. I mean, obviously hindsight's 50-50, so the UFC's going, fuck, man, I didn't see that coming. But, you know,
there's no way as the person that is the matchmaker and the roster decision maker as far as where these guys are going to be on the card. There's no way to know that, you know, that Landwehr is going to get dominated in the stand-up the way he was. You look and you go, well, he'll you know, he's going to try to brawl. He's going to try to suck Choi into the brawl. Choi's, you know, it should be, you know, if he get Choi down, he'll do well. You know, it just didn't happen. Mm-hmm. You know, Choi was just that much better than him. So, you know, you can't. No one can prognosticate everything when it comes to the fight game. That's why we fight. That's why the whole thing, you know, that's the whole point of all of this. Mm-hmm. If you knew exactly what was going to happen, there's no point in watching it. So that's true. I look at it and I go, I got to see them all. I get those for free. The fact that I got the Aljamain Evloev fight, you know, for free, thank you very much. That was a fantastic fight. And thank you to both of those fighters for everything they did. Because if you want to see, you know, when people say, oh, grappling is boring, watch that fight. No, it's not. It's boring when people just sit or pull guard.
Yep. This episode is brought to you by BetUS. Make sure you guys YouTube 150 for the promo code. Also, Element, use the link in the descriptions down below. Any product you buy from there, they will send you a bonus package of product if you use our link down below. Element's amazing, man. I love it. And I want to say thank you, man. Thank you guys so much for continuing to support us.